Hey guys, Ludgonious here with Ludi.
What's going on, guys?
It's time for another Inside the Episode.
Inside the episode.
Today we're going to be doing Season 6, Episode 2, which is Alba Pulmone. In Latin, Alba Pulmone means white lung.
White lung, yes.
So why would that mean white lung? Well, Alba Pulmone is this planet, used to be full of oceans, but they've all evaporated. So the only thing that's left is these huge series of salt flats or whatever. Mm-hmm. Deserts, really salty, and Duke even says you could taste the salt in the air, and it's like everywhere. Well, salt is a valuable commodity, and they're mining all this salt. But the people that are mining it are actually kind of slaves.
Yeah, they're people that owe a debt in some form or another, and so the way that they pay off their debt, if they don't have the money to do it, is to become debt slaves.
Yeah, they're debt slaves. They work the salt mines until they pay back. This guy named Vin Prasa, he's an elite citizen. He runs the planet.
So elite that when Duke gets there, he doesn't even meet Duke in person. He sends a bot to meet him.
Yeah, one of the productivity enhancement bots. They're first seen in the episode Vacitas, which is in Season 1. So if you can see that down here, one of the guys. We actually did how to build it. You can check back on our playlist and find that. But so he's got all these bots out. They're managing all these debt slaves. They're getting them to work in these brutal conditions. It's really hot. There's not a lot of water. People keep dying from this disease called white lung. It's just from inhaling the salty air nonstop for months or years or whatever. So
that's why the episode's
there. You go, Alba Pulmone, white lung.
White lung.
So all these people are dying. You can tell how brutal Vin Prasa this guy is. They just have these pits nearby where they discard the bodies of the people that die. They even keep track of how much money. This guy died, but he did still make us $5 or whatever. So people try to escape. Sometimes they don't want to repay their debt. And the LIU, it's a big deal because any kind of theft is a capital offense. You get killed for it.
Punishable by death. Yep.
Yep. The productivity bots to kill anyone that tries to escape.
So in the whole, there's a combination of both. You would say,
people
right?
that tried to
white
escape,
lung,
people that died from white lung, maybe just exhaustion or
right.
whatever. So Vin Prasa, not only does he have this salt mine going for him, but he created this huge cyborg raceway. It's like one of the largest terrestrial raceways in the galaxy, where he can create debt slaves. He loans money out to people to make bets on these races, and when he calls in the debt, some people can't pay him, then he forces them to the salt mine. So he's got kind of like two economies based off each other. Vin Prasa also, they go to his estate before they go to this raceway.
Yeah, they do.
Vin Prasa, all these people are dying of dehydration in these terrible conditions. His estate, he's got 16 swimming pools. And he's got 90% of the water in the entire planet is contained into his estate. He even had debt slaves dig out an area of the salt flats so he could grow grass for his little thing. So he's a pretty brutal guy.
He's got it going on though.
Yeah, he's
nice
rich.
Place. Yeah.
So anyway, they go on to this cyborg raceway where they have these cyborg sprinters. They're people all that's left of their human bodies are their heads. The rest of their body is like a mechanical suit, just built for sprinting.
Yeah.
So
definitely, just before you continue, the raceway is one of my favorite shots of all of LIU. It's an awesome shot. When you guys check out the episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. Seeing the crowd and the advertisements above them, and just the whole atmosphere it's pretty awesome.
it's kind of cool. One of the advertisements is there's a guy with a fork or whatever, and it's got this emblem FF. If you remember back, it's from an episode Fotita. It's this LIU company that makes food or whatever. So it's kind of a throwback to another episode. We had the situation like that in Lacuna Herbs where an advertisement actually alluded back to a previous episode.
Buying the babies or whatever.
Yeah.
Buy two, get one free.
So on this one, there's a couple of those advertisements, if you look closely, that kind of reference other episodes. I think there might be a Kadoo burger and all kinds of stuff. So they go ahead and Duke's going to watch a race, and he wants to make it interesting, so he puts a little amount of money on the race, just
small
to make it. Yeah, that's what he says at least. So at the completion of the race, Duke did not win his bet.
Of course.
Right. So it cuts away to the last scene. You find out that Duke actually bet all of their earnings from the previous season on this race, plus even some more money they didn't have.
Yeah.
So they lost all the money they'd earned, plus him and his crew, who he put down as collateral, all get to work the salt mines for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So they lost all their money from last season. and now they're
Now they're debt slaves.
Yeah, now they're debt slaves for a good couple weeks.
And Duke, it just shows kind of how Duke is. Like, he just toured this place, how horrible the conditions are for the slaves, and like how bad of an idea borrowing money is, and all this stuff. And then he just borrows money. And, yeah.
He doesn't care. He just doesn't really think. He doesn't really think out his actions too well. He just
if he would have won, I guess it would have been a big deal. They would actually had a lot of money and everything, but they lost. And then again, he just ropes the whole crew into it. They didn't ask for that. He just you'll see it in episodes after this one that they usually take away all Duke's money before he goes down to a planet. So you can't bet it all away.
Something I didn't really think about, and I don't know if you thought about it or what, but so for this raceway, if the Vin Prasa was smart about it, and I'm sure he is, because he's into greed and getting a lot of money and getting more debt slaves. How do we know he didn't ever fix races? So say you have most people bet on the yellow guy to win, so he play. You never know. It's just something kind of open to interpretation. But just knowing how some stuff in the LIU.
I mean, I think
greed
gambling on that stuff anyway is already like a mathematical. Right. They figure out all the odds and everything. Like, even if he does it legit, he's still making lots of money. So,
yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
If you lost too much integrity, people wouldn't want to come there.
Right.
The races are supposedly broadcast on TV2, which is like the big station. So it's a galaxy-wide thing. It's like a big sport. Kind of shows a little bit into the culture of the LIU. I imagine people even bet like off-world.
Yeah, so they could bet from other places and.
Yeah.
And then that would be interesting, and obviously it's not in this episode, but like how those people would get picked up if maybe bots would come and get them, or they.
In the episode itself, like I guess the debt slaves they're collecting are from the actual stadium itself, the raceway, because it says like the announcer says anyone that tries to leave the race prior to paying for their debts will be executed on the spot or whatever, due to the LIU's strict anti-theft laws and stuff. So
that makes sense. So.
Yeah. So I guess if it was off-world, it'd have to be they'd borrow money from somebody else.
Somehow they'd get it figured out, right? So
make sure you check out this episode. It's on our website, www.ludgonious.com. We'll have a link directly to the episode down in the description. We'll also have a link to ludgonious.com so you can check out our other episodes. We have over 100 plus episodes of LIU Atlas. So if you like what you see here, you can go and read them for yourself. Yeah. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I don't know how Ludi just got this to balance on the
I'm on top of the world.
Wow.
Looking.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Come on. I have to hold. Dude, you start moving, you got your hands on the table.
I was dancing.
Cut. Just cut it.